I'll cut straight to the chase. This past weekend, we got to see the staple, Super Bowl-esque, quintessential Melee Super Major return to grace our 2024 Melee with a staple start after a quiet January post-ranking season. It really was an incredible tournament where much of the expected happened. For example, 7 of the top 8 seeds made top 8, the top 2 players, Zain and Cody Schwab, made top 3, and the number 1 player would go on to win the tournament. Let's go, Cody! And we also got to see the quiet return of some legends deep into the Genesis bracket, such as Slug or Wizzrobe. Yet, what if I told you it actually created the landscape for new stories, developments within our scene that were both unpredictable and telling of the incredible year we have ahead of us? This is the story of Genesis X, a new Genesis for the story of Melee. To start the story, we begin with Friday, day 1 of the tournament, which saw pools play and Melee doubles. Normally, this would be the day with the least focus on it. Yet, within the team-oriented bracket included a plethora of big names like Hbox, Zamu, Wizzrobe, Gatsu, Axe, and aMSa, among a sea of incredible talent. And it would be the French sisters, I4 and Fecfec, who would take the doubles discussions by storm. And it's understandable if the names don't ring a bell just yet, because they only have a couple years of Melee under their belt and live and compete primarily within France and Europe. But that all changed this weekend at Genesis. The Peach and Cheek duo were flown out to the tourney by Cody Schwab in a community fundraising effort, after showing the world their skill and coordination, almost beating Cody and Jmook at Arca Melee 4 late last year in 2023. Being their American debut, there was a big question of their performance. How would it go? Would they succeed or fall below expectations? And they give an answer so powerful, it didn't need words. Winning their first couple sets, they would come across the team of Wizzrobe and Gatsu, 2 veteran Falcons, and one of which is top 10 in the world in singles. No matter the heat those fiery Falcons brought, Fecfec and I4 would clutch out an incredible set and upset over both of them to make winners quarters.
A champion 2v1 right here. This I4 Fecfec, yo,
I eat balanced meals every day in order to become the strongest Captain Falcon I can be.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, grabs are committal though. That's really hard.
Gatsu. All right, Gatsu.
Gatsu's slowing down the pace.
Gatsu in the trenches right now.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. He's trying not
Huge.
to. Oh, that's it.
That's gotta be
That's
it.
it. Oh no.
Okay. Okay, we got it. We got there.
That's a GG. Shake my hand. Yep. There you go. And see,
the sisterhood, Brandon. It is a ladies' night.
That's how you. Oh, it's his ladies' night.
And the feeling's right.
Shout outs to you.
And their story would continue into the losers bracket, where they would face Hbox and Zamu, a clear top contender team to win the event. And to no one's surprise, well, Fecfec and I4 would take game 1. And then they would take game 2. But no matter the plot armor, it would not be enough to eliminate the H-God and Zamu from clawing back a reverse 3-0. They would finish 9th place, losing to Axe and aMSa and H-God and Zamu, but while they didn't finish first, the legend of the French siblings who conquered Genesis have reinvigorated doubles with a fresh batch of stories waiting to be told. With some viewers calling the rise of a sibling smash duo taking names in doubles as the next Armada and Android, or the most exciting glimpse into doubles since PewFat, it would be the third sister, Mr. Reet or Rito, who would give Friday an equally important blast of excitement during singles pools, as she began her pools match against Michigan Falco, Ginger.
Playing towards the ledge, and it gets the down tilt. That's a
literally
stuff.
just down.
No, that dash away to get that grab and bring Ginger off stage. This is already big. Those are two
stocks.
quick
Going
KOs.
crazy. We got
Ginger smiling.
Uh-oh. You don't want the smile coming out of people.
Oh my goodness. Ginger
Ginger is being destroyed.
getting rocked on the ledge. Oh my god, Ginger.
What's
is
going
struggling
on
right now.
in Ginger's mental state where
Yeah.
Like, is he having a God complex moment where, like, this never happens?
I think, no. I definitely don't think it's that. I think Ginger, after losing that first stock in that fashion, it's just acknowledging the threat and just.
And although she would lose the set, Mr. Rit would add the cherry on top of a remarkable series of moments for the trio of Melee players that made this Genesis unforgettable from the very start. An almost 4 stock that will not be forgotten anytime soon. Upsets would also be very, very important in Genesis X, as new storylines for players making deep runs would be prominent and unavoidable. Let's talk about Medz. If you've played Melee for any number of years, you've probably heard of the Arizona Fox and Marth player Medz. In 2023, Medz had a fantastic year, but just missed out on top 100 eligibility due to not being active enough. No surprise, given he is also a father and raising a family might take away a little time from his Smash plans. But Genesis gave him a chance to shift his narrative away from inactive Demon to active Demon, with a 9th place finish with wins over Magi, Aklo, and Crudo, and finally falling to Zain and Moky, with Moky being an incredibly close Game 5 set to just miss out on top 8.
He's 107%, he's off stage. Maybe pleasure yourself a little bit, who cares?
That's right.
It's your world.
Whatever it takes, get up attack, up smash, that's gonna do it. Moky, I mean, clawing it back in an unbelievable fashion. Yeah, I know what that look, I know what that is, Medz.
Yep, yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
He said, damn.
Yeah.
That was a long set.
That's the set you're gonna think about.
Next up is Wizzrobe. Now, Wizzrobe reminds me of urban legends, a player who descends from the mountains but a couple times a century, to shred the competition into tiny tech-chased pieces. Wizzrobe would do much of the same here in Genesis Singles, where he cracked top 8 and was the only non-top 8 seed in Melee to make top 8. With wins on Hbox, Fiction, and Zaza, emphasis on his incredible upset on Hbox that was so fast the set was over in under 9 minutes, the legacy of the Falcon Puff matchup continues to grow more complex and nuanced, especially from the "it's hopeless, switch to Puff" idea from the earlier days of modern Melee. Wizzrobe would go on to place 7th, losing to Cody Schwab and the next player in this list for the historic tournament. And that player's Moky. Moky is one of Canada's gems, and as a fellow Canadian Melee player myself, we are so proud of him. He entered Genesis X telling the world that he was tired of the story of him being underrated, disrespected, a narrative of not being seen as a top contender.
Yeah! Who grabs off that bomb? Yeah!
Hit fucking start! What are you doing?
And with this first Super Major of 2024, I think he accomplished just that. Moky would go on a tear through bracket with set wins over names like Medz, Ossify, and Shriff, and only hit losers once he lost to Top Fox TSM Leffen. And it's once he was in losers that Moky's story would really begin. In losers 8s, he would face Wizzrobe, and I thought this set would be a quick 3-0 and a handshake for the Fox, but while I was right that it was a 3-0, I did not expect Moky to provide us with one of the most lopsided and destructive Fox Falcon sets in modern history.
I think that will really help him. He hasn't really won a true big major yet.
Yes. For Wizzy's end, dude, I got. Whoa!
Oh
my God!
Wizzy!
Now, when this moment happened, I absolutely thought this was going to spell the end of Moky. Come on, Wizzrobe just turned an almost SD into a trade. He has got this.
But to even trade stocks there, I mean, you're so happy to get that.
Yeah.
The entire set was like every single time Moky got one reversal, something like this would happen.
Regrab.
How good is this punish game, Moky?
Catches the roll. Dude, Moky's playing with so much confidence. Looking for a double jump there.
Oh my God. Yo, that stock was perfect! Exactly.
right?
Yeah, the game plan's been thrown away.
I'm with you, Blur.
Oh, that's it.
Up smash.
Oh,
no,
okay,
he
okay.
KOs him.
He knows his percents.
Because, you know, Wizzy's thinking he's...
He would go on to get the long-needed run back over top 5 player and Sheik legend Jmook, before finally falling to his longtime demon Zain, who he's still looking for his first set win against for 4th place. What's different between Mango's run this year and last year? Well, despite the fact that 9th place is a huge improvement over 97th, it's really because he tried. Instead of jumping to the idea that he doesn't have that dog in him, teasing his retirement and his sub-goal to try, he actually gave us his mains and was very rootable. Even in losing, Mango continues to show that when he wants to, he can bring the fans on his side and show that we want him to have that in him. We want Mango to be the GOAT. Now, a huge part of how Melee's changing are the realizations that came from this tournament. Let's start with Zamu. Zamu would post on Twitter talking about retiring. She would tweet out this message after the culmination of Genesis, saying that she believes that all Melee passion is gone for now, and that it's time for her to move on. Further, that she found no enjoyment during top 8, even being with friends, and citing a lack of caring. And while she would later tweet that she would still be playing Melee consistently and be a part of the Melee scene, the sentiment of moving on always has a bittersweet nature to it, a sobering reality for some of the longer-standing top players. After all, Zamu has become a household name in conversations of who the top boxes in Melee are, and she's taken names and kept it close with the very, very top echelon of play. If this was the wake-up call that she needed to realize what's next, all the power to her, and whatever place Melee has from here on out, her mark will be unforgettable. Speaking of retirement, Leffen would also post some bleak news describing the unstable and unsustainable state of affairs for trying to manage playing Melee in his busy schedule. And while I won't fault the average viewer reading that and saying, well, Leffen has said this 20 times and he just picks up a 5th game to balance, the state of esports really has been so tense and uncertain that you never know when a decision like this will stick. But in a happier note was Mango's post-Genesis tweet. Now, I was expecting something along the lines of, look, I can't wait to retire. But instead, Mango would share that overall this tourney was a step in the right direction, and that he's happy with it, and to let Mango cook. And to my delight, this felt like the type of motivational piece that I hadn't seen in Mango's storytelling in quite some time. It reminds me that Melee is in good hands, because in a time where, especially as a viewer, lots of our favorite players seem to be either shifting from their rock-solid top performances or leaving the game altogether, it feels good knowing that there's positive growth headspaces, especially in a time where it's never been harder. Mango telling the nation that his story isn't finished yet, and that more is to come, means what we see ahead of us in 2024 might blow the top 12 graphics from the C9 social media post out of the water. So Genesis, in a way, was a genesis for new stories, a new beginning. 2024 Melee might be unlike any year we've ever had for Smash. We're gonna see a rise of great gamers in singles and in doubles, tales of big upsets and even bigger debuts, and a possible end to some stories, making way for new opportunities in the game we love and the players playing those games. I can't wait for 2024 Melee. Thanks for watching. For the end credits, everybody, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm always trying to learn a little bit from my previous videos, and I had a lot of fun with this one. I'm so sorry for the delay on my videos. I wish I could be faster with editing. However, I'm pretty busy outside of this, and YouTube is definitely not anywhere close to a job, so I'm just happy to get to make content. I'm just happy that I get to talk about Melee. I hope you enjoyed it too. Let me know what you think, and place a comment in the comment section below. What's one storyline for 2024 that you're excited for? I'll see you soon with another Melee video and more amazing content coming your way. In the description, you'll find links to all the videos that I helped use and a thanks to all the players and organizers who helped make it possible. And once again, thank you so much everyone for your kind words and your support. Have a great day.